So you're moving to Columbus, Ohio, but you want to know, is the real estate market going to crash in 2023? Well, stay tuned because in today's video, we are going over what's real, what's not, and the future of the Columbus, Ohio real estate market. Let's go. Now, before we get into this video, I did want to mention one thing. It's very important, in my opinion, to focus on local real estate news when you are buying a house. So if you're buying a house in Columbus, Ohio, it probably doesn't do you any good to watch what's going on in Los Angeles, California and their real estate market because we are so far away, it will most likely not affect you. What's a better strategy is to follow local reporters, local news channels to actually get a better snapshot of what's going on in your local real estate market and focus on where you want to actually live or where you may be relocating and purchasing a home. This is a much better plan for you as a potential home buyer than paying attention to national news, which may be irrelevant. But with that being said, let's get into the factors why I think the Columbus real estate market will not crash in 2023 or the near future. Factor number one, why the Columbus, Ohio real estate market will not crash is supply and demand. Now, if you're watching this, I know you probably heard the term supply and demand, but let me briefly break down what that means. If there are 20 homes for sale in Columbus, Ohio, but 200 buyers, obviously the demand and the number of buyers outweighs the number of homes, meaning demand is greater than the supply. In all likelihood, this means that home prices will not crash because there are more home buyers than there are homes for sale, meaning prices will continue to rise. This is a very important concept because real estate market will always be determined by supply and demand in its simplest terms. How many houses are for sale versus how many home buyers. So if you're watching this video and you really want to live in a certain area, it's important to reach out to a local real estate agent and see how many homes are for sale in that area versus how many buyers and how many offers are typically on a home in that specific area. This will save you a lot of time so you know how aggressive you need to get when writing an offer on a home. According to Realtor.com, Columbus, Ohio had the fourth hottest real estate market in the entire country. Now, this was based on unique views per property on Realtor.com and also the number of days a property sat on the market before it went under contract. Columbus, Ohio was nearly half the amount of time on the market for a typical home than the rest of the nation. So this tells me right off the bat the Columbus, Ohio real estate market is healthy. There are plenty of home buyers. There are plenty of homes that need buyers, but there are not enough homes currently because of interest rates. Sellers are a little bit hesitant to put their home in the market because they are sitting on a 2 to 3% interest rate. So the supply and demand still is in favor of demand. And until supply catches up with demand, home prices in Columbus, Ohio will continue to rise this year in 2023 and in the near future. Factor number two, the diverse and strong job economy. Columbus, Ohio is one of the strongest economies in the entire country. There are many large companies, including Amazon, Facebook, Intel, Google, many more that have decided to make Midwest and in particular Columbus, Ohio, their home for many years in the future. This is exciting news because the real estate market is really affected by how many jobs are coming into a certain area, how many people are moving into that area. So Columbus has that going for them. With that being said, like we spoke on earlier with supply and demand, if there are more people coming, more jobs, there's going to be need for housing and a lot of housing. Columbus, Ohio is currently already in a shortage of housing. We have about 0.9 months of inventory. So that's not that much inventory, guys. We need homes to be built fast. The Columbus Board of Realtors president has already said, we do not have enough housing to support the incoming growth. Now that's a good problem to have with all of this growth and all of these new jobs and people, but we will need to build more homes and we will need people to start selling their homes in order to fulfill the needs of the housing demands coming into the city. This is great news though. This is why I do not believe the housing market is volatile here in Columbus, Ohio this year or in the next 5 to 10 years because of all of this growth happening. Houses will only get more expensive, but if you can get a house now, your home value will highly increase over the next 5 to 10 years. So it's not a bad idea to buy a home now, sit on it, build equity, and then sell it when you're ready. Factor number three, Education. I'm going to harp on this because in my opinion, this is very important. Columbus, Ohio is home to some of the best universities in the entire country, including Ohio State, Otterbein, Columbus State, Columbus School of Art and Design, and many others, including the Cleveland Clinic, which is in Cleveland, and other universities nearby. This is attracting a large amount of talent to the area. So people will come from out of state to go to these universities. And once they live here, once they get a taste of what Columbus, Ohio has to offer, they oftentimes don't leave. Like I mentioned earlier, there are a ton of venture capital money and startups coming to Columbus, Ohio. So oftentimes after people graduate from these universities, they stay here because of the opportunities that they are offered, and they never end up leaving and going back home to where they came from. This is huge for the state of Ohio and the city of Columbus in particular, because if you can attract top talent, this means that the economy will be strong. There will be plenty of startup businesses, and more big businesses will be willing to come here because there is a lot of amazing talent, making the education and the economy that much stronger. Now, how does this affect real estate prices? This means that all of these people that moved from out of state to come to these universities, they need a place to live. So once they graduate, they will need homes to buy. This is another reason why, in my opinion, the real estate market will continue to rise over the next 5 to 10 years here in Columbus, Ohio, because we need to have enough homes. And right now, we do not have enough homes. This is well stated. Even the Columbus Board of Realtors president has stated there is not enough homes right now for all the projects coming to Columbus, Ohio, including Honda, Intel, Google, Facebook, Amazon, all of that. We need more homes like yesterday. So in order to improve that, until we do improve that, home prices will continue to rise until the supply equals out with the demand, and home buyers will not hopefully have to outbid in order to buy a home. But until then, guys, the amount of people and top talent and the amount of universities attracting these people will continue to drive home prices up. So get in a home as soon as you can. I want to tell you a quick story about a home buyer that I was working with this past year. It was an amazing client. She was well qualified. She had a conventional loan. She had money for a down payment, and she had additional funds to bring on top of that, because in this market, you will most likely need additional money to offer the seller to win an offer and to get into your dream home. We saw and looked at over 30 homes, probably put in over 10 offers before we finally found the perfect home and won the offer for her. I want to tell you this because if you're watching this video, moving to Columbus, Ohio, this is just the reality of the real estate market in 2023. So I know you may be reading national headlines thinking the real estate market is going to crash, but like I said earlier, you need to focus on local real estate news. Focus on finding a great local real estate agent who has been through the gauntlet of trying to find a home buyer, a home here in Columbus, Ohio. No, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very, very tough in certain parts of the city. So keep that in mind. I just want to get you right. So when you are ready to buy a home, you know what you're getting into. Before we get to the end of this video, I did want to mention I am a licensed real estate agent here in Columbus, Ohio. So as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would love to help with your real estate needs. My information will be on the screen and in the description below. To wrap up this video, guys, we went over a lot of information, but I think the biggest takeaway is that the Columbus, Ohio real estate market, in my opinion, is not going to crash. It is actually going to get more expensive over the next 5 to 10 years. So I highly recommend, even if you're not moving here for a year or two, you contact a local real estate agent, get a house now. You may even want to consider building, because build times are anywhere from 12 to 14 months right now. So this would actually be perfect for you. You can build some equity in a home. So by the time you get here, that same home that cost you $300,000 won't cost you $450,000. There are many reasons why I think the Columbus, Ohio real estate market will only get more expensive. The strong economy and diverse economy, the amount of education and the amount of top talent coming to Columbus, Ohio. Number 3, the affordability. Columbus, Ohio is one of the most affordable metropolitan areas in the entire country. And when you factor in number 4, the amazing lifestyle, we have pro sporting events. We have everything to do for singles, for families. We have amusement parks. We have water parks. We have walking parks. We have so many cool things to do here in Columbus, Ohio. It's an amazing place to live, and I highly recommend you do consider moving here if you're watching this video. And if you're looking for something new, something fresh, Columbus, Ohio may be a perfect fit for you. you. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I'll see you.